Looks like we are finally online. Sorry, guys, I did something weird on my camera, so I had to jump back on here. We're going to go over 5 texts to send your man if you love him. So I'm going to go over this and break down the reasons why. There's a lot of information out there that depicts men as these, one-dimensional creatures. They just need physical intimacy and they just need food. But the reality is that they have emotional needs as well. So I want to break down some of the things that you can do to tap in and make them feel loved. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Those of you who are veterans of my channel, you know the drill. Drop me your city and state. Let me know where you're watching from. And if you are brand new, let me know that you are a newbie by commenting the word newbie. And I would also like to know where you are watching from. So OGs, let me know you've been here before. Newbies, let me know you're a newbie. All right, guys, so we have some of you on Instagram who are tapping in, but you can just hear the audio. If you want to see the video, come on over to YouTube. The water is warm. Hey, Jessica, nice to see you. All right, so we're going to dive right in. And thank you, by the way, for those of you who already clicked the like button. Please go ahead and tap that so YouTube knows that this is the type of content more people should see. So thank you to those of you who already did that. You can just close the chat box if you're on your cell phone. Click the like button and then go right back in the chat. All right, a few quick shout outs before we get started. Orlando, Florida is where Jessica is tuning in from. Brenda is an OG. Nice to see you. From Atlanta. Nice. And then we have a Fort Worth. Leah is watching in Fort Worth, Texas. We got Isaac saying hello. Hello, Isaac. Nice to see you. And he is an OG. He's a veteran in the game. All right, guys. So we're going to jump right into it. Did a couple of shout outs, but I will try to get to the rest at the end. But let's dive right in, okay? So the first thing is, this is the text that you can see your guy, and obviously you don't have to send it verbatim. You can put it in your own words, especially once I give you the reason behind it. But you can send him a text saying, thank you for all you do for me and our family. It does not go unnoticed. Here's the thing. Men need to have appreciation. They need to receive appreciation. They are amazing in the sense that they will just go, 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 go. They will give until their last drop. But they just want to know that they're not being taken for granted. That's something that a lot of guys are scared of is I'm going to do all this and I'm going to get nothing in return. And when I say nothing, I don't mean reciprocal energy. You know, if he takes a woman on a date, let's say during the dating stage, he's not looking for her to then spend the same amount of money or plan a date. He just wants to feel like it was appreciated. And we can all understand that, right? If you do something nice for somebody, yes, it's supposed to be just for them. But the reality is it really reinforces your good behavior when they show appreciation and say thank you. Thank you, Akila. I appreciate that. So that's really important. And saying this goes a very long way. And try to be as specific as possible. So let's say, for example, your guy gets up really early. He never complains, or he gets up and does make sure that you don't wake up in the process. Be specific. Thank you so much for never complaining. Thank you for getting the job done. Thank you for when you come home after a long day's work, you still help out with the kids. Be very specific. It just makes them feel really, really good. Hello, hello. We got a lot of people who have tapped in but haven't said hi in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. Drop your city and state and let me know if you're a newbie, it's your first live, or an OG, you've been here before. So we just did number 1. If anyone wants to be generous and be my scribe for this video, feel free to do so. Number 1, we just went through. Number 2 is you drive me crazy in bed, and I can't stop thinking about what you did to me last night. We as women, we're very mental, but men can be too. And guys want to know that they're doing their thing. They want to know that they are pleasing you. This is something that men put a big emphasis on for whatever reason, no matter what we say. They want to know that they are capable of pleasing their ladies. So if your guy is pleasing you, let him know. Let him know that you're on his mind and that you're excited to get together again in the future. Got to keep this very G-rated, at least PG for YouTube. But you guys hopefully are picking up what I'm putting down. Shout out to Brittany. Hello, hello. So boost his ego. There is something, I don't know why, but sometimes I will see comments on YouTube, thankfully not on my channel a lot, or my Instagram page, but sometimes women will say things like, why do I have to stroke his ego? And to that I say, why not? Who doesn't like to feel good? I mean, if you want to do your own thing and not have to do anything at all for another person, then stay single. But if you want to be in a relationship, why not fill each other's love tanks? right? Why not do those things that, like I like to call, make your emotional toes curl? We should be doing things for one another simply because we can, and it should make us happy to see them happy. We got a couple more likes, but if everyone who's enjoying this, if you're enjoying this, go ahead and tap that like button. Let Instagram or let YouTube know that this is the type of content more people should see. And if you are still lurking on Instagram, don't be afraid to come over to YouTube. Come on down, come on over to YouTube. You'll see video here. It's funny, some people are like, I can't see video. That's because I'm on YouTube. So come on through. Let your guy know that you crave him physically. And specifically, if there's something that you really like, don't be afraid to speak to that. Oh, I really liked when you did this. Oh, this really felt good. Let him know that he's doing a good job of what he can do more of. We have to be really careful as women too. We're very good at communicating. We have to make sure we don't only communicate things when we are disappointed or displeased. We have to make sure we catch them doing something right and really, really let them know that we appreciate them. Brown Sugar is tapping in from Wendell, North Carolina, if I'm saying that correctly. And she is an OG. And she says, peace. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I really do. All right. So number 3, this is probably going to be one of my fastest videos. I usually say I'm going to keep it short, but this time I think I really am because I just have 5 points. Number 3. All right. This one, let me know in the comments if you guys struggle with these words. Okay. I'm sorry. I did not know this was an actual thing that women struggled with until I saw so many memes on social media. I genuinely did not know. I didn't grow up in a household where women struggled with saying I'm sorry or apologizing. I hadn't heard of it anywhere, but apparently it's a thing because a lot of men make memes about it, and women joke, saying like, they'll just become intimate or, be intimate with their partner instead of saying I'm sorry or do things for their person. But you got to be able to say those words, I'm sorry. The top thing on the list when I interviewed men, I've been doing this for a very long time. One of the top things they said that they found attractive in women was being able to take accountability. Leah says, I have no problem saying it at all. That's good. That's good to know. But you want to take accountability. You have to be able to humble yourself, really look inwardly and see, hey, if I was in his shoes, would I have a problem with this? When you can really take accountability, it just makes you seem like a real grown-up. And there's nothing worse than having a beautiful woman who is gorgeous and sexy, but has a bad attitude, or is very selfish, or lacks humility, or is just prideful, right? So hopefully nobody on my channel struggles with this. But if you do say, I'm sorry, really take accountability. So in this example I gave, I said, I heard what you said when we talked, and I really thought about it. I will definitely make an effort to do X, Y, Z, fill in whatever he suggested in the future, and I'm really sorry for the hurt and frustration it caused you. We can also apologize even when it wasn't intentional. If we weren't intentionally trying to hurt his feelings or be jacked up, but somehow he got hurt in the process, you can still apologize that the end result was that he was upset. This goes a long way, and I always say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I didn't make that up, obviously. But it's important for you to put yourself in the other person's shoes and say, if I won't want this, why not give it in return, right? It's fair. Okay, number 4, I am so proud of you. This is huge, okay? Guys act like they're big and tough and bad, and they really are. But there's nothing like getting affirmation from the lady in their life. When they are little boys, they crave hearing this from their moms. It's this validation. And when they become older, they love hearing it from their woman. So why not give it to him, right? So here's the example of a text I gave. I'm so proud of you. You're such an amazing man. And I'm proud to call you my husband, partner, whatever he is. If you have children, if you have boys, you could say, if our sons grow up to be half the man you are, they will be incredible guys. So happy to be by your side in this thing called life. We as women, we crave love and now I've said it backwards, so now my brain isn't working. We crave love and affection. Okay, we really like affection, we really like attention. But men crave respect and admiration. They really pride themselves on presenting themselves to the world and their women in such a way. And she said, I made it to a live, yay, yay, glad to have you here, love. Men crave this. They want to feel respected. Now, if you pay attention to men, I'm watching currently and binging a series with my guy right now, and it's just fascinating to see how there is this unspoken rule with men. There's kind of like this invisible line, and men know not to cross it. If they do choose to cross it, they know what's going to ensue. And typically it means they'll either get a verbal lashing or worse, a physical beating. Okay. Because it's respect is everything. And it doesn't matter if they don't like the guy. It doesn't matter if they don't respect the guy. They have to show respect if they don't want to pay the consequences. Now, with women, obviously, there are different rules for us. We don't, if a guy has any sense or he was raised the right way, he's not going to go off on us and he's definitely not going to put his hands on us, but he's going to be very hurt inside. It comes out as anger and frustration, but at the end of the day, it's hurt because that is their version. That's their flavor of love, so to speak. So we feel the Gucci goo and the compliments and all this. Men appreciate respect. So respect could be what you say, and it could also be what you don't say. For example, not challenging him in front of other people, not correcting him in front of other people, not putting him down in front of other people, treating him with respect. It's, not exactly like how you would do a parent or an elder, but it's pretty much along those same lines. There are ways you can go about talking to your man where he feels like you respect him. Let me know in the comments if you need examples. But I see a lot of disrespect, and a lot of it is covered with laughter. Ha ha ha, I'm just joking. But the words are condescending. The way that the woman is speaking to her man might be condescending. She might be talking to him like he's a child. And so this is something that you want to make sure you avoid being disrespectful, but you want to definitely show him that you do respect him. You can do little things to make him feel special. I know there's the overly talked about, idea of serving your man first, which it's crazy how people really analyze this to another degree, because it's funny if you think about it. Servers serve somebody first, right? In these comments, a lot of times you see people talking as though the kids are going to starve to death if the man gets served first, and I got to put my kids first. But if you think about it, serving someone at the table takes a matter of seconds. It's just whose food you put in front of you first. And unless you're heathens, you're going to pray over your food. So even if somebody gets served first, you're going to start eating at the same time as somebody else. But it is a symbol. It's symbolic of respect. The same way a man might pull out the chair for a woman, it's not because she can't or she deserves more than the next person. It's just a gesture to show that she is special. And those are some things that you can do to men to show respect. We don't have chivalry for women to give to men, but we definitely can show them respect. We have Richard checking in from Edison, New Jersey. I love it. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tapping in. You can tell who the OGs are because they already know the drill. Red Lipstick Vibes is sending love. Thank you. Thank you, love. Right back at you. So showing respect is huge. It's really huge. And these types of things are going to come back in a different form in your love language. So the guy might not say something specifically when you do this, but it's going to build up love and admiration for you and appreciation, and he's going to show it in his way. He said, respect is an aphrodisiac. Well said. Disrespect is a turnoff. Some things are general, others are very specific. If you love that man, find out from him how and when he feels respected. Thank you. I like that you brought up that point that each person is different. And so you can let your partner know, hey, I want to make sure that I don't ever make you feel disrespected. What are some things, if you don't notice it on your own, or you just want to get clarity, you can ask him, what makes you feel disrespected? What makes you feel respected? Or if something happens, you could say, hey, I really hope you didn't feel disrespected. If you did, what was it exactly? You always want to understand the principle, because you might not be in the exact situation more than one time, but you want to extract the principle. It's very important that your partner feels like if the line has been crossed, they can explain it to you. You're not going to get defensive, and you're going to do your best moving forward to not cross that. We have to keep in mind that, again, you don't always have to be intentional with hurting someone, like I mentioned with the sorry text. It doesn't have to be intentional. You might have grown up in different households. You might have different things that you saw. And so you're having to learn one another and understand what makes them feel loved and what makes them hurt. The very last one, we still got people on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, come on over from YouTube. And I'm curious to know how many of you guys came from Instagram, came on over to YouTube. I appreciate it a lot, you guys coming over here. And thank you to everyone who's hit that like button so far. We've doubled our numbers, but the likes are not matching. So if you are enjoying this, let me and YouTube know by clicking that like button. You might have to close your chat box if you're on a cell phone, but then you can come right back in after you hit that like. Appreciate it so much. All right, we're on number 5, the last text of 5 texts to send your man if you love him. Number 5 is, I love you. Hurry home because I'm whipping up your favorite meal and I want you to enjoy it while it's hot. Okay? This is so big. Men love to eat, but it's not just the eating. It's the fact that you, his woman, took the time to care for him. I like to say that a healthy relationship with a woman is very symbolic or very equivalent to a relationship with a son and a mother. In the same way, a woman's relationship with her man is very similar to her relationship with her father, which is why there's that symbolic gesture when she gets married that he hands her off to the husband, hands her off to the man. What does a mom do? She tends to this guy's needs, right? The mother tends to his needs. She makes sure that he is comfortable, makes sure that he is fed, has what he needs, he's encouraged, things like that. AJ says, I like that one. Nice. Hey, Kimberly, nice to see you. Let me know where you're watching from. And so when you dote on him in this way, it just makes him feel all the warm mushies. It makes him feel loved. And so this is something that you can do. This is one in particular that my guy really, really likes. It makes him feel loved. Checking in. Oh, nice. She's checking in from Nashville, Tennessee. Nice to have you, darling. But check in on him. You know, have you eaten? Are you hungry? And you can really step it up when it comes to catering to him when he's eating, you know, making sure that he doesn't get up. That's a little tradition I have. I do not want buns out of the chair. If I am feeding you, and you need something, the least I can do is get up and, you know, get something that you need. Perhaps you need an extra napkin, or maybe you want a certain sauce, even though I try to have everything on the table. That is a goal that I have. I want him to feel like a king in those moments. And I'm telling you, you know, when it comes to gender roles, it's a beautiful thing when things feel reciprocal. We as men and women, we are not the same, but we are equal. And not everything has to be tit for tat. Not everything has to be the same. And trust me, if you are someone who likes gender roles, you are grateful that not everything is the same. Because look, I don't want to be out shoveling snow. I don't want to be lifting heavy things. I don't want to be running in if there's an intruder or there's a bug or something gross. I don't want to be paying most of the bills. So it's okay for things to not be even. But when it's your side of the coin, when it's your chance to spoil him, go all out. Don't do it with an attitude. And if you're not somebody who knows how to cook, or maybe you don't have time to cook, you can still get a lot of points by saying, hey, I'm thinking about you, by letting him know, hey, I'm at such and such a place. What would you like to eat? Or is there anything particular you would like? I'm going to grab it and bring it home. Even if you are heating up leftovers, okay, this goes a long way. It's him feeling like, wow, my person cares enough to think outside of herself and consider me. And I'm telling you, men who are loved and taken care of love to reciprocate and spoil their woman. And if he's not doing that, you have picked the wrong one. Shame on you for not vetting better. Yes, I'm going to put the onus back on women because men cannot come into your sphere unless you let them. I like to tell my clients, think of yourself as an exclusive club in New York City that everyone wants to get into. You have to be the gatekeeper. You have to be the door person. You cannot be impressed by everyone who just crosses your path. They need to show you that you're worth it, that they're worth your time, okay? Because you're going to be giving a lot in return, and you're going to be very resentful if you are pouring out your love and affection, and you're taking care and nourishing this man, and he's not giving back to you, all right? What did you guys think? Did you like these examples of a text that you can send? It's so funny. I was talking to my guy and he said, you know, you should do more content for relationships because I used to do it back in the day. And I said, no, I want to stick to, you know, dating and giving dating advice because a lot of women need it. And he said, well, you're getting a lot of women in relationships and then they're not going to have anywhere to go. And I thought, well, you make a good point there. I have a lot of women who have graduated to girlfriend, some to wife. And so it's important to keep you guys informed of what you could be doing during this new stage. So congratulations to all of you who are now in relationships. Definitely going to give you guys some information to go on. Which one do you need to send more of? A quick recount. We have the thanking him, showing gratitude. We have the compliments about how he was in bed, boosting his ego. We've got the I'm sorry, taking accountability. We have the I'm proud of you, showing admiration. And then we've got the food, the nurturing. All right. Let him know you're cooking something good. Which one do you need to send more of? Let me know in the comments. And if you're watching the replay, comment replay so I can shout you out and thank you for joining. All right, guys, I did it for once. I don't know how long I've been on, but I know this is probably a record. I said I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and I think that I did. Very proud of myself. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. I will see you next time. Oh, and don't forget, if you were in the Dallas area, go to my story today. Um, Go to my story today, and I have the information for my Dallas event that's happening on the 26th of this month, August. This is the year 2023. I have to say this because YouTube videos stay around forever. But August 26th, I am hosting a meetup. I'm really excited. It's a lounge. There's going to be a DJ. There's food available, drinks if you want to get them. Hookah if anyone wants to grab one for your table. But we're going to have a good time. And also, at the end of the month, I have a brand new webinar. I don't do them often, but I have a brand new webinar on August 31st. That information is also available in my story, and it is a crash course on dating. He said, have you sent your boyfriend all of these texts? I would say a good bit of them I have. I really, really, really love to pour into my partner. And I like to let him know that he makes me incredibly happy and encourage him and things like that. So he says that he feels it. He definitely feels my love. I do like to lead by example. He said that I'm sorry, it's different when it's genuine and we dudes can feel it. I love that. Thank you. I think that's it. Make sure I responded to everything. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Go ahead and go to my story on Instagram if you want to get updated, and I will see you all soon.